welcome into live coverage of the Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships, session number 5, the third of the final session here live from the Sir Owen G. Glenn National Aquatic Centre here in Auckland. It's going to be an action-packed evening of finals tonight, and joining me alongside me, Steve Kent, the 2012 Olympian, to join me in the commentary box and make some nice comments and give all the viewers at home a little bit of advice on what's going through the heads and minds of some of these elite swimmers this evening. Steve, we start the program with the men's 200 metre freestyle, and watching those heats this morning, Zach Reed in the second to last and Lewis Clebert in the last one. Not quite going as fast, but maybe holding back. But your thoughts on these two very talented swimmers tonight?
Yeah, well, as we saw in the 400 AM for Lewis, big improvement from heat to final. So I'm sure he'll be looking for that same lift and to bring his mate, Zach Reed along with him, and hopefully the boys next to them, either side of them as well. So really exciting race ahead.
The Olympic qualifying mark of 1:47.02, and the other thing to consider, Steve, I guess, is the relay for Tokyo. 4 200 metre swimmers taken, but they're going to have to reach the B time, the 1:50.23. What's the chances of that this evening?
Yeah, well, with those other boys swimming at the paces that I know they want to swim, if those, the likes of Tyrone and Louis Clark can get up next to them and hang in the race, anything can happen. I've been in that position before, and I'm pretty sure, that they want to swim that time. So let's see what they can do. Well,
it's going to be an exciting start to the evening, that one for sure. We'll move into the 200 freestyle for the para-multi class. Now, Cam Leslie, he surpassed the qualifying mark this morning in just over 3 minutes. So looking forward to seeing whether he can improve that time. But that's great to have Cam Leslie already qualified. And then the 400 metre freestyle para-multi class with Ella Ben and Jane Fox will follow. Then the 50 metre backstroke, Helena Gasson has pulled out from that event, so it'll be Vanessa Auenhand in lane 4 for that event. And then the men's 50 butterflies, Steve, Ben Littlejohn in lane 4, but just 0.4 of a second separating the top 5. That's always good. That's going to be an exciting one.
Well, as we saw it once again, the 50 free skills become really important. Dive, breakout, finish, keeping it really crisp on all of those things, and in those 50s anything can happen.
That's right. And then the 200 breaststroke, Brianna Crawford will be in lane 4. She collected the New Zealand age group record this morning, so in good form. Lucy McKinnon in 5, and Melissa Cowan on the outside there also will be dangerous. But that Olympic qualifying mark of 2:25.52, Steve, a wee way off what they did this morning. Can they get there tonight?
Well, I think the main thing is to go in and thinking they're going to do a PB. These are young girls, so they've got plenty of years left to achieve these times. So for them, going in, racing faster in the finals, and with being young, they've got some opportunities to really get towards that time.
100 metre breaststroke will follow for the men, and the two Joshes, Josh Gilbert, Josh Pickett, and Josh Gilbert 1:02 this morning. He's going to have to go a couple of seconds faster to get the 59.93 qualifying mark. We then follow with the 400 freestyle para multi-class with Jessie Reynolds in great form, hoping to get another New Zealand record or perhaps an Olympic qualifying time there. The 200 freestyle para multi-class with Lily Fox Mason. She collected the New Zealand record this morning in the heats. And then the finish, a very exciting finish, the 200 freestyle for women. Erica Fairweather collecting the 17-year-old New Zealand age group record this morning, just under 2 minutes. But many swimmers right around that 2-minute mark.
Yeah, well, the relay's already qualified from world champs, so these girls have got a great opportunity. If they can get 2 minutes or better, it's looking really good for our New Zealand team. So it's going to be up to our crowd and our club, team members, giving them all of our support to get those times.
And absolutely, 1:57.28 is the Olympic qualifier for the women's 200 metre freestyle. So that's all from us for now. We'll get underway with session number 5 of the Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships.
The schoolyard to the stadium, Aon has been helping Kiwis strive for sporting success on a local, regional and national level for over 20 years. We're proud to support New Zealand's sporting organisations and communities up and down the country. As New Zealand's leading insurance broker, we can also support you when it comes to your insurance, with expert advice and local service. From quote to claim management, we're with you every step of the way. Talk to your local Aon insurance broker today.
I'm here with Graham Moore. He's the swimming para program lead. Graham, a lot of para athletes already qualified. What's actually the process for them to get to Tokyo?
Yeah, thank you, Steve. It's fairly straightforward, really. We have a minimum qualifying standard, which is set at around about 8th in the world. And they have to achieve that time in either at the 2019 World Championships or here in at least one event. And even if they've got it in 2019, I know the selectors here will still be looking for them to repeat it. That's quite a long time ago now with everything that's happened.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, with those standards there, who's already got the times and how many athletes are you looking to take to Tokyo?
Yeah, we earned 5 quota spots from the World Championships in 2019, and that was 5 swimmers that did post the times. They're Sophie Pascoe, Tupou Noifi, Cameron Leslie, Jesse Reynolds, and Nikita Howarth is in that mix. And they've all posted times. As I said, they need to try and repeat them here. That's what they're looking to match up, and that would give us an easy task. They can then enter other events if they post what's called a minimum entry time. So even if they've got the qualifying standard in one event, they can still enter more events if they meet the lower standard.
Awesome. So all the best to the para athletes and their races for tonight. Thanks, Graham.
Thank you very much.
Swimming is my favorite way to start the day.
It's my escape from the hustle and bustle.
Keeps me moving and keeps me alive.
It's the reason I want to be the best one day.
It's why we're going to Epic. See you in Taupo.
Welcome back to the Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships. Please join me now in welcoming our technical officials for this evening's session as they come onto pool deck. Now I'd like to introduce the technical officials of this evening's session. Our referees for the men's events, Diane Farmer, Manawatu. For the women's events, Jackie Forsyth, Wellington. Our starters for the men's events, Alan Hale, Otago. For the women's events, Ross Gillespie, Northland. And the technical director for these championships is Leslie Huckins from Canterbury. Thank you, officials. You can now be seated.
Hi, it's Dean Kent here from Northern Arena. We've had a 9-year association with Merthyr Pools and we couldn't be happier. Any issues we've had, they've come to the party almost immediately. We've got a new venture coming up and we're happy to be associated and use Merthyr as a product again. Would we be happy to recommend them to anyone and to use them again in the future? And the answer is 100% yes.
The Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships, we kick off with event 10, the men's 200 metres freestyle. Please welcome to the pool deck the C finalists. In lane 1 from Coast, Cole Drinnan. In lane 2 from Coast, Wilrick Kutsia. Lane 3 from North Shore, Samuel Potching. Lane 4 from Capital, Bronson Lloyd. Then lane 5 from Mount Maunganui, Gus Shivnan. In lane 6 from Tasman, Joshua Amies. Lane 7 from United, Marco Smeets. And lane 8 from Nelson South, Oxford Bailey. And Steve, they head through the first 50, 26.86. It's Shivnan in 5 that takes them through. Quite surprising, a few swimmers in here I would have thought would have been up in the B final, possibly the A here. So a few maybe disappointed with their heat swim this morning.
Yeah, it depends what they've been working on. If they're sort of in their sort of freestyles, their main race, that would obviously be disappointing. But if they're looking for some IM swims later in the week, especially that 200 IM, it's a good building event for that.
Yeah, that's right. It's sometimes, you're right, it's part of a master plan for other disciplines, other events, and pretty flat across the field here in the C final of the men's 200 metres freestyle. 4 lengths of the pool, and a huge amount of tactics going to 200 freestyle, isn't it, Steve? I mean, it's not an all-out sprint, but it's not a real long-distance event, isn't it?
Yeah, the 200's a mix of both. One of the reasons why I love the event, it's obviously one of the most challenging to get right in terms of pacing. What I like to see here is obviously Gus. He was really strong in that 400 IM last night, and he seems to be doing the same here on this back end.
Yeah, he had a very, very good back end, didn't he, Gus Shivnan, and really starting to power through. Lane 3 coming through really well, Samuel Potching from North Shore. He's just a fingernail in the lead at the moment. Lane 2 going well too, Wilrick Tutsia, who's got a strong finish. And they're going to come through with much faster times in their heats. They touch the wall. Samuel Potching takes it 1:55.18. Kutsia second, Gus Shivnan takes out the top 3. So a great finish there by Samuel Potching to take out the C final. Please now welcome the B finalists of event 10, the men's 200 metres freestyle. In lane 1 from Jazzy Bailey Perium, lane 2 from Capital Atakula Julian, 3 from Wharanui Tyler Tapper, 4 from Pirates Joseph Stewart, 5 from Pukekohe Zach Dell, 6 from Kiwi 2 Satori Dobby, 7 from Neptune Jacob Blomfield, and lane 8 from St Peter's Luke Mitchell. Interesting here, Steve, quite a few open water swimmers. Luke Mitchell there, an open water swimmer. Joseph Stewart won the 10K New Zealand Open Water Champs. And then, you know, a whole lot of other swimmers, backstroke specialists in there too.
Yeah, well, with those open water guys, they still need to work on their speed element. If you watch the open water internationally, those guys are hitting around the 150, 147 mark sometimes. So these guys need speed elements in the open water.
That's right, but a very, very fast start here by Zach Dell, the backstroker specialist from Pukekohe. He turns first in 53.77. He's got a 1.4 second margin, looking very, very strong at this stage. We know Zach Dell has got the back end. And at the moment, Atakura Julian coming through in lane 2 in the blue cap. Tyler Tapper from Wharanui in lane 3.
Yeah, I like what Zach's done there. He's put himself in a position. He's really going to have a crack on this last turn. Uses underwater from his backstroke skills.
I think we're aiming for a 153, 154 here for Zach Dell if he can hold on. Just starting to tie up a little bit, Zach Dell, by the looks of it. 25 metres left to swim for Zach Dell from Pukekohe. Starting to come up on his feet is lane 3's Tyler Tapper. Joseph Stewart. Atakura Julian's right there as well in lane 6 is Satori Dobby. And it was Zach Dell that holds on for a 153.59. A good result there and an improvement on the heat. Night to acknowledge some of the partners, Merthyr Pools, for their support of Swimming New Zealand, Team Line, who are up on the grandstand for all of your swimwear and apparel needs at the finish line up in the grandstand. Thank you to Sky Sport Next for televising these Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships. And there's the final result of the B final of the men's 200 metre freestyle. Please welcome to the pool deck the A finalist of the men's 200 metres freestyle. In lane 1 from Pukekohe, Andrew Jeffcoat. In lane 2 from St Paul's, Ben Littlejohn. In lane 3 from North Shore, Louis Clark. In lane 4 from Capital, Lewis Clebert. Lane 5 from Aquablades, Zach Reed. Lane 6 from Coast, Tyrone Henry. Lane 7 from Capital, Sam Brown. And lane 8 from Romati, Tafiti Timomo. Well, this is going to be a battle for the men's 200 metre freestyle title. Lewis Clebert in scintillating form last night in the 400 metre individual medley. Zach Reed, of course, winning his 800 metre freestyle on day 1. Steve Kent, this is one of your events that you did. This is going to be a close one.
Yeah, Zach and Lewis are really going to push each other here. They're best of mates, but also great racing compatriots as well, so they're going to push each other for a really good time here.
So Tyrone Henry, no surprises there. The sprint specialist goes through in 25.13 from lane 6. And straight across the board, halfway back, it is Tyrone Henry that leads. Zach Reed's alongside him, Lewis Clebert, the three of them swim together. Tyrone Reed's gone out fast. Can he hold on? He turns first. No, it is Reed that turns, 52.77, there's nothing in it. 7/100ths of a second separating this field at the moment. This is when the guts come into play, the third lap, Steve.
Yeah, they're really going to have to lift if they want that qualifying time. This third and fourth 50, they're going to have to swim out of their skin.
The Olympic qualifying time of 1:47.02, the B time of 1:50.23. We need 4 swimmers under 1:50.23. They turn, Lewis Clebert takes control of the event. 0.3 of a second in front of Reed. Henry slips back a second into third. Lewis Clebert versus Zach Reed, two of the most talented swimmers in New Zealand at the moment. Lewis Clebert, Zach Reed, you don't see this often. What a class act, these two swimmers. Lewis Clebert is just in front. They go to the wall. Clebert has got it. 1:48.13. 0.2 of a second back to Zach Reed. Louis Clark and Ben Littlejohn just outside of that 1:50.23, which is disappointing for them, but great times all the same. But a gutsy performance there by Lewis Clebert to hold off a fast finishing Zach Reed. And we'll catch a word with Lewis Clebert now. Here with Lewis Clebert, the winner of the men's 200 metre freestyle. Congratulations, Lewis. Another great performance, and that one you had to push all the way to the end.
Yeah, it didn't. That last 50 I didn't really like too much, but you know, Zach always puts up a good fight, and I knew he wasn't going to give up until the end, and yeah, just managed to hold him off at the end there.
A real interesting event, the 200 metre freestyle, isn't it, in terms of that mix of endurance and speed. You obviously knew Zach Reed had the endurance, but was there a bit of a tactic to try and get in front of him before that final lap?
Yeah, I mean, I think I know that if I'm with him on the last 50, I think the percentage of me winning is a little bit higher than what he has, because he's a bit of a longer distance swimmer. But yeah, you know, he put up a good fight then, and yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get it on the touch, but yeah, even though it was a horrible finish, I still managed to pip him.
1:48.02, I think, the finish time. Were you happy with that time? Were you wanting to go a bit faster? Where does that sit?
I was hoping for a little bit faster, yeah, definitely. I think I'm still feeling it after last night a little bit, but yeah, it's a solid time. It's not where I want to be, but yeah, what can you do?
Well, we can forgive you for that very fast time last night. So well done. Give him a round of applause. Lewis Clebert, the national champion 200 metres freestyle.
Paraswimmers are placed into classifications according to their level of impairment. To illustrate, Lexi is using just 2 classes with 3 examples in each. More impaired S7 swimmers on the left, less impaired S10s on the right. Each swimmer's class has a world record for the event they're both racing in. Multi-class racing allows swimmers from different classes to compete against one another, and they do this by generating points. If they swim quicker than the world record in their class, they score above 1,000 points. Swim slower, and they score fewer than 1,000. This means that the swimmer that makes it to the finish line first might not win the race. In this example, the S7 swimmer has more points than the less impaired S10 swimmer because they were closer to the world record in their class. Only when all the swimmers have reached the finish line is the race outcome confirmed.
Swim there by all of the swimmers in the men's 200 metre freestyle. We now move to event number 107, the men's 200 freestyle para multi-class, and they'll be joining us on the pool deck now. In lane 2 from Tasman, Bailey Conlon. Lane 3 from Blenheim, Jack Bugler. In lane 4 from Whangarei, Cameron Leslie. In lane 5 from Mount Maunganui, David Beck. In lane 6 from Greendale, Lance Dusto. And in lane 7 from Geraldine, Benjamin Gould. The 200 freestyle for men para multi-class, and Cameron Leslie in lane 4 reached the qualifying mark quite easily this morning. He swam a 3:02, a 3:02, and the qualifying mark 3:20.69. And Cam is in disability, physical disability class S4. And for those viewers at home, you would have seen the graphic earlier. Very good way to understand para swimming. But it isn't the person that touches first that necessarily wins. And we've got a whole range of different disabilities. 4 of these swimmers with the intellectual disability S14, that is lane 2, 3, 5 and 6, with Benjamin Gould with a physical disability S10. Lane 7. So halfway through this event, David Beck also looking to try and collect a New Zealand age group record. He's got to reach 2:13.65. That's David Beck in lane 5. So I'll be watching out for that, a 2:13.65. Cameron Leslie, he holds the New Zealand record at 3:72. The world record for this class is 2:53.06. Cameron Leslie 1:30.05. And Steve, looking at that 100 metre split, and Stephen Kent joining me here, the 2012 Olympian. How do you think he's tracking at the moment? Obviously bang on half that 3-minute mark.
Yeah, well, Cam's always amazing to watch, how he moves through the water, and you know, he's a tactical racer, so he's going to know exactly where he is. He's so experienced, so I expect for him to be, you know, faster tonight than he was this morning.
Almost be a negative split. I mean, he did a 3:02, and we watched for the wall just Bailey Conlon coming in and David Beck 2:15.91. So well done to those swimmers. David Beck just outside of the New Zealand age group record there. So that was Jack Bugler that came in. Bailey Conlon just touched the wall in 3rd. Lance Dusto touches 4th. Benjamin Gould with 15 metres to go in lane 7. And Cameron Leslie hits the 25-metre mark. And as you said, Steve, very consistent. Hopefully we can see a negative split to get around that 3-minute mark.
You can see Cam now picking up his rating into the finish, so he's obviously feeling pretty good and strong through this last 25.
2:58.59, 3 minutes. It's going to be just over what he did, but a round of applause for Cam Leslie, well and truly under the Paralympic qualifying mark. And we'll get a quick word with him. Doesn't look like he was too pleased with that one. He swam a little bit faster this morning. But we'll catch a word with Cameron Leslie very shortly. Cameron Leslie, what a swim, another fantastic performance, well underneath that Paralympic qualifying time. You did it this morning. I saw the look on your face, a little bit slower tonight. Talk us through the performance this morning and again this evening.
Yeah, we tried to make some adjustments tonight, and yeah, it'll be interesting to look back and see what didn't quite happen faster than this morning, because it felt better than this morning, but obviously not a little bit faster.
Yeah, you obviously won't know your split tonight. You turned to the 101.30, so we knew you had to come back in about that 132. So maybe it was a slightly quicker split this morning. But you must be wrapped. I mean, many Paralympics under your belt and a qualification for yet another one in Tokyo. How special is it for you to continue to be swimming at this level?
Yeah, it's a hard question. This will be number 4 Paralympics, and yeah, all of them have been very different and very special, and it's really cool now to see the young ones coming through and pushing for those spots, but also just seeing the growth in the sport at that level too, because back when I started we didn't quite have the same growth and the same talented swimmers that we've got coming through now.
In terms of, you've matured as an athlete, you're older than you were obviously 4 Paralympics ago. How much has that helped you in terms of just that pure experience and that mental toughness that you have now that you wouldn't have had back in the day?
Yeah, you certainly learn along the way to just water off a duck's back sort of thing. Don't get caught in the small stuff, and take an opportunity when it presents itself. That's the good thing about finals, you get the opportunity to do things better. I didn't quite do it tonight, but that's all right. I've only been back swimming properly for 6-7 weeks after an injury, so it is what it is in some ways.
Congratulations, Cameron Leslie. Give him a round of applause, a Paralympic qualifier tonight. We now welcome to pool deck the finalists of event 108, the women's 400 metre freestyle para multi-class. In lane 2 from Orca, Jane Fox. In lane 3 from Wharanui, Gabriella Smith. In lane 4 from Selwyn, Ella Ben. In lane 5 from Wharanui, Lily Fox Mason. In lane 6 from Coast, Nia Wallace. And underway with this 400-metre freestyle for women para multi-class, and working our way through the field here. Jane Fox in 2 is swimming under class S14, a intellectual disability. Gabriella and all of the rest of the swimmers swimming under a physical disability from S7 through to S10. And Steve Kent joining me here. Ella Ben, she did a 5:15 this morning, and she holds the New Zealand age record for 17-year-olds there in lane 4. And Jane Fox, she did a 5:46.91 this morning, and she would need to go about 7 seconds quicker to reach that Tokyo Paralympic time. So hopefully this final can bring out some better performances from these swimmers.
It's a really good first 100 from these girls, looking smooth and into their work. They'll be keeping trying to build the second 100.
So they've gone through in just over 1:20, some of these swimmers. And the age ranges, Lily Fox Mason at 15 years old from Wharanui, all the way up to Jane Fox, who's 21 from Orca in lane 2. And many of these swimmers get to know each other very, very well. Most of the time they're in a race together. And for those in the National Aquatic Centre, the red times on the board are if they have swum a slower 50 than the previous. A green time is a faster time, or split from the previous 50. So a nice feature on the board for you to watch. And in the orange cap in lane 4, this is Ella Ben. And she has to do a Paralympic time of 4:56.50, which could be out of reach for her, I think, this evening. But she'll be hoping for a personal best all the same of 5:14.09. And she goes through the 200-metre mark in 2:33.10. You double that, you get 5:06. You add 10 seconds. She's probably around about on track there.
Yeah, it depends on what her race plan is. If she's, cruising through that second one, she might want to build now or find her place to attack where she feels her strongest. In the 400, it's about that bravery probably on that third 100 and then really attacking that last 100.
That's a good word, Steve, the bravery on the third 100, the third 50, whatever the third is. It is about, it even stems back to training, doesn't it? Do you push it on the second to last one? Do you hold back for the last one?
Yeah, it's just a testament to what your willpower is and your mental strength. I know these girls are definitely looking like they're going to want to attack this last part and make more of a race of it tonight as well. So this last 100, like we saw in the men's 200 freestyle, anything can happen on that last part of the race.
Yeah, that's right, and I think we should start to see a bit of kick come into play too. How much in terms of kicks, Steve Kent, would you agree that sort of sticking with the 2 or 4 beat kick and then bringing in the faster kick later is the best way to go?
It depends on your stroke rhythm. Everybody's different. I know myself, I was more of a kicking style of swimmer, whereas some others are more based on pull. I needed my legs, and so I needed to make sure I was consistent with them all through my races.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is individual for a lot of swimmers, and for those at home, there is such a thing as a 2-beat kick, 4-beat kick and 6-beat kick, and you'll know a 6-beat kick because there's a lot of splash coming out the back. The legs are furiously going up and down. And we look now, Jane Fox coming through to her 300-metre mark. And she has been in the sport a number of years, a lot of experience there with Jane Fox. And Ella Ben turns for home. Ella Ben, and alongside her is Gabriella Smith, the 14-year-old. So both two swimmers from Wharanui, Lily Fox Mason and Gabriella Smith, but it is neck and neck here with 25 metres to swim in the middle of the pool. Ella Ben and lane 3's Gabriella Smith. And just watching for the time, I think we're going to get a good time here. 5:04, 5:05, looking for a time of 5:14.09. And we've got it, a new New Zealand age record for Ella Ben. It could be an open record, in fact. 5:09, her best time previously 5:14.09. So good swim there by Ella Ben. And Lily Fox Mason, she did 5:18.99 this morning, just fractionally quicker this evening. And Jane Fox coming into her final 15 metres. And Nia Wallace in lane 6, trying to better her 6 minutes 28.84 this morning. And we look for Jane Fox, 6:02. That's an open record for S9 for Ella Ben. Well done to her. We'll chat to her shortly. And Nia Wallace going well underneath her heat time too, so she should be very pleased with herself. And we'll catch a word with the winner. So Ella Ben, the winner of that event. We'll chat to Ella very shortly. I have Ella Ben here. Congratulations, Ella, on a great performance. A 5:15 this morning to take 6 seconds off in the final. That's phenomenal. Well done. And a new New Zealand record for S9.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, but you know, I would have liked to have gone a little bit faster in that last 100, but you know, 6 seconds, you can't really, you know, knock that.
The Paralympic qualifying mark of 4:56, was that in the back of your mind? Did you think you could get down there under 5 minutes?
It definitely was in the back of my mind. Obviously, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. You know, I'm just training and just seeing what happens. But yeah, we're getting closer.
Well, I think that sets you up really well. And how many other swims do you have in these championships?
I think I only have 4 more events, so you know we're going a little bit lighter. This Opens, just focusing more on my targeted events.
And do you want to do a shout out to any family, friends, coaches?
My coach Ben for putting up with a lot of complaining, and my mum who's been helping me put my racing togs on, and my dad at home.
Good on you, Ella Ben, a title in the women's 400 freestyle para multi-class. Well done.
Your once-a-year opportunity to swim the bridge is next weekend. The Harcourt's Cooper & Co. Swim the Bridge is a sellout event, so enter today at swimthebridge.co.nz to secure your spot. Aon has been helping Kiwis strive for sporting success for over 20 years. As New Zealand's leading insurance broker, we can also support you when it comes to your insurance. Expert advice and local service. Talk to your local Aon insurance broker today.
Welcome back to the Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships here live from the Sir Owen Glenn National Aquatic Centre in Auckland. We'll move now to the finals of event 11, the women's 50 metres backstroke. There are 3 finals, C, B and A, and coming onto the pool deck now, the C finalists. In lane 1, Minay Nell. In lane 2, Zoe Crawford. Lane 3, Hope Shamil. 4, Sasha Reed. 5, Anna McGowan. 6, Savannah Eve Martin. 7, Gabrielle Doyle. And lane 8, Esme Patterson. And looking pretty strong out there in lane 7, Gabrielle Doyle from North Shore. Very, very flat across the field. Maybe lane 4 coming through to take the win. Sasha Reed. No, it was Gabrielle Doyle from 7 that holds on. 30.76, a very close C final. So the results there, just 0.8 of a second separating first to 8th in that C final. Now on the pool deck, please welcome the B finalists of the women's 50 metre backstroke. In lane 1, Holly Rahu. In lane 2, Tess Winneray. 3, Chloe Seaman. 4, Grace Jones. 5, Hannah Bates. 6, Molly Shivnan. 7, Mia Boot. And lane 8, Tyler Fino. And a great start there in lane 6. Molly Shivnan from Mount Maunganui. She's got it by about well, not a lot, and she goes to the wall. 30.46, she wins it by 0.4. Holly Rahu in lane 1 takes second. And it was lane 5's Hannah Bates who rounds out the top 3 of this B final of the women's 50 backstroke. And another tight final there, the B final. Please welcome to the pool deck the A finalists of the women's 50 metre backstroke. In lane 1 from Waitakere, Amber George. In lane 2 from Central City, Liv Peebles. In lane 3 from United, Alice Waldo. Lane 4 from Phoenix, Vanessa Auerhand. Lane 5 from Hamilton Aquatics, Paige Flynn. Lane 6 from Capital, Sophie Irving. Lane 7 from United, Jessie Welch. And lane 8 from Mount Maunganui, Zylika Pratt-Smith. The women's A final 50 backstroke. Vanessa Auerhand in the middle of the pool. Helena Gasson has withdrawn from the event, so she's the top seed. Auerhand in lane 4. She finished in 28.91 this morning. She's already taken a half body length lead over the rest of the field with 25 metres to swim. Looking very strong indeed. Paige Flynn on her outside in lane 5 looks to be securing second. Auerhand goes to the wall. 28.38 to win the title. Paige Flynn takes the silver, Alice Waldo the bronze. The women's 50 metre backstroke, A final. I have Vanessa Auerhand here, the winner of the 50 backstroke for women. Congratulations, Vanessa. You looked all the business beforehand, watching you focusing, getting warmed up, getting in and pumped up, and a 0.6 of a second improvement from your heat swim. Are you happy with that?
Definitely, yeah. I did want to try and go under 28 seconds. Haven't done that long course yet, but there's a first time for everything. I'll do it soon.
That was pretty close, 28.28. You had a half body length lead halfway down. With the 50 backstroke, short and sweet, but was there a plan for you out there tonight?
Strong underwaters all the way to 15 and then just smash it.
Well, you certainly smashed it. Give her a round of applause. Vanessa Auerhand, the 50 backstroke title holder. We move now to event 12, the men's 50 metres butterfly. There are three finals, the C, B and A, and on pool deck ready to go, the C finalists. In lane 1 is Joshua McCormack Goth, into Luca Foy, 3 John Ashcroft, 4 Thomas Kokoro Frost, 5 Andre Soldatovic, 6 James Donovan, 7 Eli Ashby, and 8 Luca Zabel. And the middle lanes is where the action is at. Thomas Kokoro Frost in lane 4 in the red cap. They go to the wall, and no, it is the visitor. Sorry, it is Soldatovic who gets it. And just looking at that time, 25.89, and a good improvement on the heats, under the 26 mark. And Kokoro Frost takes second, Ashcroft third. Please welcome to pool deck the B finalists of the men's 50 metres butterfly. Lane 1, Tegan Farr. Lane 2, William Campbell. 3, Bronson Lloyd. 4, Zeke Pine. 5, Tafiti Tamomo. 6, Aiko Shibuya. 7, Tom Gold. And 8, Joel Crampton. And looking across the field, you can hardly guess at the moment. Final 5 metres is where it's going to be determined. They go to the wall. It is Shibuya that wins it from 6. Zeke Pine second. Bronson Lloyd takes third. And some good solid improvements from the heats this morning for these finalists. Please welcome to the pool deck the A finalists of the men's 50 metres butterfly. In lane 1 from Coast, Fergus Eadie. In lane 2 from Coast, Wilrick Kutsia. In lane 3 from Capital, Lachlan O'Connor. Lane 4 from St Paul's, Ben Littlejohn. Lane 5 from Waitaha, Christopher Elson. Lane 6 from Coast, Chris Dawson. Lane 7 from Wharanui, Taiko Torepi Ormsby. And lane 8 from Tasman, Joshua Amies. Pretty even start across the field. The 8 swimmers hit the pool. Nice underwater work to come out on top of lane 4. That has been Littlejohn. He is the number 1 seed. Can he take this title? Looking across the pool at the moment. Lane 7 going well. Taiko Torepi Ormsby. Lane 5, Christopher Elson might be edging ahead. Lane 6, Chris Dawson's right there as well. They go to the wall. Littlejohn takes it. 24.76. Dawson in silver. Christopher Elson takes the bronze. Here with Ben Littlejohn, the winner of the men's 50 metres butterfly. Congratulations, Ben. That was a very close one, one of the closest we've seen. No one knew who got it until you hit the wall. Again, tactics for this one, was it just an all-out bash from the beginning?
For 50 fly, it's a matter of trying not to over-try throughout the race. Really trying to hit the length on your stroke and make sure you're not wasting any catch in the water.
24.72, are you happy with the time?
Not fully. I think it's a very solid time to back up after my 200, but I really think there's a bit of explosivity missing to get me down into the lower 24s.
Well, hopefully we'll see that from you soon, but a national title all the same. You must be happy to beat those other 7 fellows.
Absolutely. I could feel them breathing down my neck.
Well done, Ben Littlejohn, the winner of the men's 50 metres butterfly.
Your once-a-year opportunity to swim the bridge is next weekend. The Harcourt's Cooper & Co. Swim the Bridge is a sellout event, so enter today at swimthebridge.co.nz to secure your spot. Aon has been helping Kiwis strive for sporting success for over 20 years. As New Zealand's leading insurance broker, we can also support you when it comes to your insurance. Expert advice and local service. Talk to your local Aon insurance broker today.
Welcome back to the Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships here live from the National Aquatic Centre in Auckland. Some great finals so far. We move now to event number 13, the women's 200 metre breaststroke. Again, there are 3 finals, C, B and then A. And we welcome now to pool deck the C finalists of the women's 200 metre breaststroke. In lane 1 from Capital, Jade Morrison. Lane 2 from Pirates, Alicia Wong. Lane 3 from United, Natalie Hull. Lane 4 from Nelson South, Lily Hall. Lane 5 from North Shore, Caitlin Cook. Lane 6 from Vikings, Caitlin McKenzie. Lane 7 from Wharanui, Bree Anderson. And lane 8 from St Peter's, Sarah Wilson. Joining me in commentary, 2012 Olympian and 2014 Commonwealth Games swimming representative Steve Kent. Now, Steve, having a bit of a chuckle earlier, this wasn't your best stroke, but still very, very solid you were at it. We were chatting about the rule changes with breaststroke over the years, and for the viewers at home, they touch the wall with two hands at the same level, and nice and flat hands to the wall. They push away, push off the wall. What do they do off the wall on each turn?
Yeah, as you're saying, over the years they've added in now the fly kick to the breaststroke pull-out. So for a while there was a lot of people doing it or seen as a movement. Now they've added in as you can do one butterfly kick before you're pulled through.
So you'll have a look now as you look underwater that you see that big strong butterfly kick, which has added a huge amount of propulsion off the walls for these swimmers and would have certainly contributed to the records coming down in the breaststroke events. But breaststroke, a very taxing stroke. I mean, some would say it doesn't look as hard as some of the other strokes, but it's using all of the muscle groups, isn't it?
Yeah, the legs are a big component of the breaststroke, so most of the breaststroke is walking around the pool. Strong leg base. When you think about the squeeze at the end of the kick, the power that has to be made from that kick, you need strong legs.
And they hit the third 50. It is Sarah Wilson in lane 8 who currently leads them through. She's having a great swim so far. Brie Anderson in the outside. It's all about the outside lanes in lane 1 at the moment. So lane 1's Jade Morrison, Brie Anderson and Sarah Wilson leading from the outside in the C final of the women's 200 metre breaststroke. And this last 25 in a 200 breast, and look, it was many years ago when I did them, but boy, oh boy, is this where the hurt comes in.
Yeah, and what you can see from most of these girls, they're trying to keep those hips up high. So want to keep those hips up high so there's less drag through the water.
Now this will be a good win from these outside lanes. I think it's going to be lane 8 that takes it, Sarah Wilson. No, it wasn't. It was Jade Morrison in 1, 2:46. She's gone 3 seconds faster than her heat. So put your hands together for the C finalists, ladies and gentlemen. And just having a look at those results there, Jade Morrison takes it from lane 1, lane 8, Sarah Wilson into second. And Brie Anderson from Wharanui takes third. Please welcome the B finalists of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. In lane 1 from Jazzy, Sarah Mabin. Lane 2 from Pukekohe, Mackenzie Breers. Lane 3 from Central City, Lanahay Connolly. 4 from Mount Maunganui, Zylika Pratt-Smith. 5 from Jazzy, Lucy Gordon. 6 from United, Trelise Dance. 7 from Capital, Jenna Ralston Larking. And lane 8 from Northwave, Madeline Whittam. And the term easy speed, Steve Kent, really does apply to breaststroke, doesn't it? With a stroke which really is all about streamlining and conserving energy over that first 100. You know, that's what they're all out there to achieve in that first 100, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about staying relaxed. Stroke efficiency, what they've been working on in training when you're feeling good, keeping high, like I said before, in the water, keeping that resistance low.
And all sorts of techniques out there. You'll see some swimmers putting their head right into the water. Some will keep their head just above the waterline on their arm recovery. And a nice underwater shot. 2 hands hit the wall, a big dolphin kick, and then a big arm stroke and a big kick to get back and underway for the second 100. And all different ratings. I mean, let's talk about ratings here, Steve. Again, quite a personal thing, I guess.
Yeah, well, when you look at different athletes, if they're more arm-based breaststrokers, they're going to keep their rating up. Use the arm strength. If they're more about the kick, their glide's going to be a lot longer to make sure that's really efficient.
And you look at some of the best breaststrokers in the country and in the world, and you'll see just a beautiful technique, and that's been worked on for many, many years in the pool, in training. That is where the technique is cemented into place. You can't just come out and try something new on race day. It's all taught.
Yeah,
and it's all conditioned.
When you look at the likes of Adam Peaty now changing the game in breaststroke, rating. He's just an absolute beast. So I'm sure people are more tapping into what he's doing now and looking how to add that into their programs.
Lane 5's Lucy Gordon is leading at the moment, and a strong finish in lane 6 with Trelise Dance coming through to the finish. Trelise Dance could take this. She comes in strongly. She does. What a finish from Trelise Dance, 2:40.33. She's gone 3 seconds faster than this morning, 2.5 seconds faster than this morning's heat. Lucy Gordon takes second, and third to Lanahay Connolly. We now move to the A final of the women's breaststroke, and we welcome onto pool deck. Here they come, the A finalists. The 8 fastest 200-metre breaststrokers in the country for women. In lane 1, from Coast, Leah Milner. Lane 2 from Pukekohe, Phoebe Harris. Lane 3 from Phoenix, Rebecca Wilkins. Lane 4 from Waitakere, Brianna Crawford. Lane 5 from Central City, Lucy McKinnon. Lane 6 from North Shore, Melissa Cowan. Lane 7 from Porirua City, Bronna Ryan. And lane 8 from North Wave, Kira Smith. Away we go, the women's 200-metre breaststroke A final. The New Zealand 18-year-old age group record from this morning was Brianna Crawford, lane 4. And a pretty stacked field here, Steve Kent. This is going to be an interesting race, certainly in the latter stages.
Yeah, what we've got here is a girls round, all similar ages in the age groups from 16 through to sort of 18. So they're all going to be pushing each other through this first 50.
And Brianna Crawford with that very long outstretched recovery. She hits the wall at the 50 first, 33.56. Kira Smith from lane 8 touches second. Lucy McKinnon in 5, third. And a second in it. Brianna Crawford has opened up a 1 second lead over that first 50. 2:32 this morning in the heat. She was well clear of the rest of the field. 2 seconds back to Lucy McKinnon and a further 2 back to Rebecca Wilkins. But Kira Smith trying to change things from this morning. She's gone out much faster this evening, I should say. And Leah Milner going well in lane 1. 1:11.71 for Bree Crawford. How does that sit with you, Steve Kent?
Yeah, she's looking really strong now. She's going to try and keep those hips up high through this second 25 of this third 50. Like I said before, it's about the bravery here, Scott.
Yeah, and look, this is where the fatigue starts to set in, Steve, and it's about trying to hold that water at the front, isn't it? Because when you start to fatigue, you start to slip that water in the front, and that's what they're going to be concentrating on.
Yeah, I'm sure her and Paul have been working this all season, training out of the Waitakere pool.
The Olympic qualifying mark for the 200 metre breaststroke set at 2:25.52. The New Zealand age record for Brianna Crawford set this morning in the time of 2:32.43. Brianna Crawford, the crowd lighting up here. Kira Smith doing well in lane 8. Lane 8 is she maybe holding on to silver at the moment. Lane 5 is Lucy McKinnon. But it is Kira Smith who is sitting in the silver medal position. But it's going to be close. Bree Crawford just starting to fatigue a little bit in the final metres. 2:32.03, a new Zealand 18-year-old age group record and a title for Brianna Crawford. She's pretty happy with that by the looks of her eyes. And we look for second place. It is Kira Smith holding on for second with a very gutsy performance from lane 8. And the bronze going to Lucy McKinnon in 5. Much improved times for a lot of these swimmers across the women's 200 metres breaststroke. Here with Brianna Crawford, the winner of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. She's breathing pretty heavy here. She's puffing. It was a pretty tough race out there, was it, Brie?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a bit challenging after, quite a while not racing, but just really happy to be here and to have this opportunity. So taking that with both hands and running with it.
Now, a pretty stacked field out there. Many of those breaststrokers you've known for many years and raced with them. So, that must have been special and a good race and title to win for you.
It's always special racing with the girls. I mean, we always put in 110% every time we race, and, massive shout out to them tonight for a great race and an amazing performance, and just really lucky to be part of that group and get to race with them, and yeah.
In terms of your build-up, your training, how did that go? It's been interrupted for everyone, but for you, was it a smooth run into the championships?
I mean, we had hiccups like everyone, 2 lockdowns, but, you just got to find a way through it, and we did that, so really proud of my team and my coach over there. Hey, guys. So I wouldn't be here without them, and, yeah, just really lucky to have the people that I have around me, so.
And good to be getting faster. A New Zealand age group record this morning and and breaking that again tonight. Must be really comforting to know you just keep getting faster as you get older.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Obviously, it wasn't quite a PB for me today. but, you know, backing up at night and getting faster is a good sign, considering all that we've been through. So really happy with that, and, you know, it's a good starting point for moving forward.
Well done, Bree Crawford, the winner of the women's 200 metres breaststroke.
Here with Simon Main, Para-New Zealand swimming coach. You've got Jessie and Cam that you look after. How's their preparation been for this event?
I know it's been really good. We've done things slightly different. We've really done a bit more volume, and Cam's done a week in Whangarei and a week in Auckland, so that's kind of working quite well. And we had a camp. We've literally trying to do what we can without leaving New Zealand.
And one of the big questions at home is how to do two sports. Cam obviously in the Wheel Blacks and in swimming. How do you share him with that other sport?
I look at it as land training, really. You know, he's always going to be doing something out of the water, and he might as well be doing something active. So as soon as he started playing wheelchair rugby, I just penciled it into our program and used it as land training. So it's not an issue for me.
Awesome. Good learning for at home. You can do two sports at the Paralympic level. Thanks, Simon.
So I became an IOT because I just wanted to help out the swimming community, give back, because they've always been amazing when I'm swimming.
So the reason why I became a technical official is because it's much more fun than sitting in the stand. You're right in the middle of it, you get to see all the racing, you get to talk to people and be involved in the event. It's just a great place to be.
I enjoy being a technical official because firstly it's an easy way for me to be able to give back to the sport that's given me so much. Like, I've been able to go overseas with my own swimming, so it's a good way for me to be able to give back, and it's fun. I get to make new friends amongst the other technical officials, and I feel like it's also helping my own swimming because I understand the rules of the sport on a deeper level.
Why? Because you get to meet so many cool people. You get to be close to the racing, and the technical officials are a happy family. They're good. They teach you, or you learn something new every day, and I have. Over the last 20 years, I suppose, I've had some great support from other officials, and it's just fun. It's so fun, and seeing the swimming close up, that's really exciting. So please come, we want you.
Welcome back to the Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships, and we move now to the first of the medal ceremonies this evening. And we're privileged to have presenting medals this evening the CEO of Sport New Zealand, Raylene Castle. If you could put your hands together and welcome Raylene to the National Aquatic Centre, ladies and gentlemen. We start with the medal ceremony of event 10, the men's 200 metre freestyle for 17 and 18-year-old boys. In third place, in 155.03 from Wharanui Swim Club, Tyler Tapper. In the silver medal position in 154.23 from Pirate Swim Team, Joseph Stewart. And winning in a time of 152.45 from Capital Swim Club, Sam Brown. Move now to event 10, the medal ceremony for the men's 200 metre freestyle final. In third place in 151.70 from North Shore Swimming Club, Louis Clark. And this medal ceremony is supported by All Proof Industries. In second place in 1:48.35 from Aquablades New Plymouth, Zach Reed. And winning in 1:48.13 from Capital Swim Club, Lewis Clebert. Move now to the medal ceremony for event 107, the men's 200 freestyle para multi-class. In third place in 2:15.91 from Mount Eden Swimming, David Beck. In the silver medal position, 2:15.27 from Blenheim Swimming Club, Jack Bugler. And winning in a Paralympic qualifying time of 3:04.36 from Whangarei Swim Club, Cameron Leslie. We move now to event 108, the medal ceremony of the women's 400-metre freestyle para multi-class. In third place, the bronze, 5 minutes 17:41 from Wharenui Swim Club, Lily Fox Mason. The silver medalist, second place in 5:09.42, Gabriella Smith. And winning in a new New Zealand record time for S9, 5:09.76 from Selwyn Swim Club, Ella Ben. We now move to event 11, the women's 50-metre backstroke, 17-18-year-old age group. In third place in 30.13 from United Swim Club, Jessie Welch. The silver medalist in 30.03 from Capital Swim Club, Sophie Irving. And winning in a time of 29.70 from United Swim Club, Alice Waldo. Move now to event 11, the medal ceremony for the women's 50 backstroke open and the final. In third place in 29.70, Alice Waldo from United Swimming Club. Second place in 29.59 from Hamilton Aquatics, Paige Flynn. And winning in a time of 28.38 from Phoenix Aquatics, Vanessa Auerhand. Medals being presented by the CEO of Sport New Zealand, Raylene Castle. These medal ceremonies are partnered and sponsored by All Proof Industries. We move now to event 12, the 50 butterfly for men, 17-18-year-old age group. In third place in 25.65 from Capital Swim Club, Bronson Lloyd. In second place in 25.30 from Tasman Swim Club, Joshua Amies. And winning in 24.99 from Wharanui Swim Club, Taiko Torepi Ormsby. Moving now to event 12, the men's 50 butterfly open final. Medal ceremony. Third place, 24.90 from Waitaha, Christopher Elson. Second place in 24.89 from Coast Swimming Club, Chris Dawson. And winning in 24.76 from St Paul's, Ben Littlejohn. Move now to event 13, the 200 metre breaststroke for women 17 to 18 age group. Third place in 2:35.65 from Coast Swimming Club, Leah Milner. Second place in 2:34.24 from TBSS Central City, Lucy McKinnon. And winning in a time of 2:32.03 from Waitakere Swimming Club, Brianna Crawford. Move now to the final ceremony, and it is event 13, the 200 metre breaststroke for women open final. In third place in 2:34.24 from Central City is Lucy McKinnon. Second place, the silver medalist in 2:33.66 from North Wave, Kara Smith. And winning in a time of 2:32.03 in a New Zealand 18-year-old age group record from Waitakere Swimming, Brianna Crawford. And thank you very much to Raylene Castle from Sport New Zealand for presenting those medals. We'll be right back after this break.
My name is Mark. I own Swimtastic Swim School here in Auckland. This is my third development with Merthyr Pools, and on every occasion I've had nothing but fantastic opportunities with them, and also the end product has been outstanding. Now we've got this magnificent facility where we put through about 3,000 students a week. Our water quality is nothing but outstanding, as is the quality of the pools themselves. So my experiences with Merthyr Pools has been nothing but incredibly positive.
Welcome back to the Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships. We move now to event 14, the men's 100 metre breaststroke. There are three finals, C, B and A, starting with welcoming the C finalists to pool deck. In lane 1, Connor Barr from Wharanui, 2, Maharo Jones from Capital, 3 from Liz Van Willie Aquatics, Kalani Bruce, 4 from Aquanites, Oliver Dool, 5 from HPK, Lyle Hill, 6 from North Shore, Benson Lee, and 7 from Central City, Bed Aitu, and lane 8 from Neptune, Jordan Kelleher. And 2012 Olympian Steve Kent alongside me. You were saying you trained alongside Glenn Snyders, who obviously holds the New Zealand Open record. That must have been interesting to see a champion breaststroker in action.
Yeah, well, one of the things that Glenn really did a lot was a lot of kick. He did kick and he did it fast. That was one of his biggest strengths about his stroke.
Yeah, driving from the back. This, different to a lot of other strokes, is that this has more power coming from the legs than the arms, which is very different to the other strokes. And here we go into the final stages of the C final for the men's 100-metre breaststroke. And it looks a good swim here by Lyle Hill from HPK. And he will take it out in 109.23, which is a great time under the 110, always a good one to tick off. And Lyle Hill will win that C final. Please join me in welcoming the B finalists of the men's 100-metre breaststroke to the pool deck. In lane 1 from Raumati is Robin Shen, 2 from Phoenix, Mac Hong, 3 from North Shore, Harrison Cook, 4 from Waitakere is James Slesser, 5 from Wharanui, Tom Drever, 6 from Enterprise, Jack Keeper, 7 from Waitakere, Bowen Crawford, and 8 from St Paul's, Boston Tordoff. Now, Steve Kent, one of the other things that's very important in breaststroke is timing yourself into the wall, isn't it? Let's talk through that part of the breaststroke.
Yeah, well, as you can see, most of those guys did a really good job there. That momentum going into the wall is what's going to help you on the way out as well.
But also the timing, not to have that short stroke, isn't it? You don't want that short stroke, certainly at the finish where it's a win or lose situation.
Yeah, and the main thing to get right is that the timing comes before the flags. You're not timing it on the last stroke, you're doing it before the flags, so then you can be adaptable to what's coming ahead.
James Slesser from Waitakere in control of this B final with 5 metres to swim. He's got a half body length over lane 3 and 5. He will take it out, Slesser in 105.31. And that's a good time there, 2 seconds under the heat time, and he pumps the air. He's happy with that. 105.31. And Tom Drever and Harrison Cook probably now understanding why Slesser was so far ahead there. So some good times all round, all of them going under 107 in those middle lanes. Please join me in welcoming the A finalists of the men's 100 breaststroke coming onto pool deck. In lane 1 from North Shore, Blair Helms. Lane 2 from Raumati, Eli Litton. Lane 3 from North Shore, Callum Prime. Lane 4 from Evolution, Joshua Gilbert. Lane 5 from Pukekohe, Joshua Pickett. Lane 6 from Neptune, Luan Grobela. Lane 7 from Vikings, Lachlan McKenzie. And lane 8 from Pukekohe, Ben Masters. Pretty even starts across the field in the 8 swimmers here in the A final of the men's 100 metres breaststroke. And already Josh Gilbert has taken the lead just slenderly in the middle yellow lanes. Josh Gilbert, the 19-year-old from Tauranga. And he did a 1:02.59 this morning, looking to really improve on that this evening and hoping we see a faster evening swim. He goes, Josh Pickett actually goes through first, 28.8, a very fast first 50 for Pickett. Gilbert's going to have to do some work now, and in lane 6 it is Luan Grobela, and Luan Grobela is dangerous. He's got a heap of endurance behind him. Did a fantastic job on that 400 individual medley last night. Luan Grobela in lane 6. It is the Joshuas in 4 and 5. Can Joshua Gilbert bring it back? It's anyone's, they go to the wall. Josh Gilbert just holds on. 10.1 of a second separating Josh Gilbert and Joshua Pickett. And Luan Grobela just falling off the pace just in the final 10 metres to take the bronze. Now that's a tough one, 1:02.70. Here with Joshua Gilbert, the winner of the men's 100 metres breaststroke. Congratulations on the title, Josh. First reaction, still panting hard there.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my time, pretty happy with my performance, and happy to get the gold.
You trailed at the 50. I'm not sure if you knew that, you could see that, but with breaststroke, you've obviously got that opportunity to look around. Did you know where things were at the halfway mark?
I always knew Josh would be out fast, so I knew I'd probably have to chase him down to the second 50, and I'm glad I could hold on.
How did that feel on that final 10 metres? You could probably know it was anyone's at that stage. I mean, what's going through your head in that final 10 metres?
Just make sure your arms are still working. Yeah, try not to let them die too much, and hope you just hold on.
Well, very gutsy performance, Josh. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Your once-a-year opportunity to swim the bridge is next weekend. The Harcourt's Cooper & Co. Swim the Bridge is a sellout event, so enter today at swimthebridge.co.nz to secure your spot. Aon has been helping Kiwis strive for sporting success for over 20 years. As New Zealand's leading insurance broker, we can also support you when it comes to your insurance. Expert advice and local service. Talk to your local Aon insurance broker today.
Welcome back. We move to the next event on the program, event 109, the 400 freestyle for men para multi-class. And they're going to come onto pool deck now. Put your hands together for the gentlemen. In lane 3 from Geraldine, Benjamin Gould. Lane 4 from Fairfield, Jesse Reynolds. In lane 5 from Greendale, Lance Dusto. So reaction times there you can see on your screen 0.83, 0.92. And obviously in the sprinting events that becomes very, very valuable to get that down. And away we go, Jesse Reynolds in the middle of the pool, 4:31.90. Steve Kent joining me in commentary. But we look at the times here. That was pretty much on his PB, Steve, so not far away. The New Zealand age record set at 4:27.09, so hopefully we can see that this evening.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be Jesse's aim tonight, you know, to lift at a Nationals and go those couple of seconds faster. We're only looking really 1 second, you know, per 100, so I'm sure he's pretty confident he can try and break that.
Yeah, and for the viewers at home, I mean, most swimmers swim faster in the evening. The body has had a chance to warm up all day. And that's why for swimmers heading into Paralympics or Olympic Games, it's very important to get that routine right and to make sure you're well out of bed hours before your race and getting into that routine. Steve, would that be right?
Yeah, that's the normal. This year, obviously in Tokyo, the heats are going to be at night and then the finals in the morning. So that's changed it up. In Beijing, they did a similar thing. So it's about that mental toughness of being able to do the heats at the night, which maybe can be a good thing for some people.
That's right, actually. It could get some better performances out of some deeper into the heats field and shake things up, that's for sure. But I'm sure the cream will rise to the top in those heats regardless. But it will be interesting for those swimmers that are used to swimming at night in the finals. But with Tokyo's time difference, I think it depends where you are around the world. But for the Kiwis, they'll be acclimatising, won't they, in Tokyo for a fair bit of time beforehand.
Yeah, and we've known, you know, the swimmers have known that's what's going to be the process for a long time now. So once you've got that qualification, it's going to be mentally preparing and training towards those timing systems.
That's right, and we watch Jesse Reynolds. He goes through the halfway mark, 2:13.73, and he's swimming about 33.85 seconds or thereabouts per 50 at the moment. So what we'll watch, Steve, is just see whether we're seeing consistent splits out of these 50s. So 33.85, that was slower than the previous 50. But this is where, if we start to see green on the scoreboard, we'll know that we're in for a good finish here.
Yeah, during this third 100, it'll be about maintaining, you know, his rhythm, you know. So he's gone into the wall there, 34.1, just dropped off a little bit. He's going to have to try and bring it back now, and we're going to have to help him through this. So, yes, we will indeed. And coming up to, we'll finish this length with
at the 300 metre mark. And obviously Jesse Reynolds doing this all on his own. These para swimmers don't have the luxury of the depth of the fields to have swimmers in their same class alongside them. So Jesse playing his own mind games here as he tumbles for the 300 metre mark, and just starting to slip away those times. 34.3, about 0.2 of a second slower each 50. Steve, what's he going to have to do now to really, this is that length before the last one where he's going to make a difference?
Yeah, I can just see he just picked up his rhythm and rating there, and his coach on the side, Simon, really trying to urge him on just to keep that intensity up now as he goes into that last turn.
Yeah, you wonder whether some of these, as you said earlier, the experience of some of these swimmers, they know exactly the pace they're swimming. They don't even have to be told. And Reynolds now just another 0.2 off there, 34.42, but he turns in 3.56. We're looking for a time of 4.27. I think that's going to be too quick for Jesse today. So let's see if we can go faster than his time this morning, which was 4:31.90. And he comes into the wall, Jesse Reynolds. He does 4:30.31. A round of applause for Jesse Reynolds, ladies and gentlemen. An improved time from the heat swim. And Lance Dusto into his last 50. Benjamin Gould approaching that mark as well. And let's look at Lance Dusto's time from this morning, 5:26.15. And these swimmers, it's all about improving and getting faster. And let's see if this occasion can bring these para swimmers through to their PBs.
Lance coming in here with a really good, strong finish, keeping his head down these last couple of strokes. That's really good skills.
So 5:21, a 4-second improvement there for, or 5-second improvement for Lance Dusto. Congratulations, Lance. And Benjamin Gould finished this morning in 5:51.49. I think we're going to see a much better time from him this evening.
Yeah, that's really good from these guys, improving from their heats to finals. That'll be some really good positive stuff for them going forward for the rest of the meet.
So 3-second improvement for Benjamin. Round of applause for our para swimmers in this men's 400 metre freestyle. Here with Jesse Reynolds, another national title. Jesse, congratulations on that swim. I can see you asking the officials, what was my time? What was my time? 4:30, a PB for you. You must be happy.
Yeah, really happy. Just trying to go faster than this morning. It was all about rating tonight, and I got to talk to my coach Simon after this and see how I did, but it felt good. I was hoping for a little bit quicker under that 4:30, but that's what it is.
Look, Steve Kent and I watching your splits as you went through, turning all around about that 34 mark, and then, you know, a noticeable improvement in that last 100, just upping the rating and upping. Was that, could you feel that gear change there?
Yeah, I really tried to go for it after the first 100, so first 100 really cruisy, and then all out from there, and obviously last 100 you can pick it up a little bit more. So probably wasn't quite as fast as I needed to be, but I think hopefully the race plan was good.
In terms of the pool with only 2 other swimmers in it, and they were in a different part of the pool to you, often swimming on your own, so to speak, does that bother you? Do you like having people alongside you?
Oh, it's always nice having someone next to you to push you along that little bit, but really
when you're in the water, especially for something like a 400, you're focusing on your own race plan and your own ratings and stuff like that. So it was really just me against the clock.
Congratulations, Jesse Reynolds. Give him a big hand for his second national title of the championships. Please welcome to the pool deck the finalists of the Women's 200 Freestyle Para Multi-Class. In lane 2 from Hamilton Aquatics, Melissa Donahue. In lane 3 from Tasman, Siobhan Terry. Lane 4 from Wharanui, Gabriella Smith. Lane 5 from Wharanui, Lily Fox-Mason. And lane 6 from Zenith, Katie Short. Really good start there by Gabriella Smith. Great underwater work coming out of half body length and lead in front. And she's off and away, as is her teammate from Wharanui, Lily Fox-Mason, with quite a high turnover. Just looking at those two swimmers, Steve, from Wharanui in lane 4 and 5. Quite fast turnovers from those two swimmers, and clearly they would be swimming and training together. So maybe a tactic of both of them.
Yeah, well, I guess that comes down to their competitiveness in training. I think that's the best thing about swimming, is being able to train with some like-minded people, some similar speed in your own club, and that can only keep pushing you to be better and better.
Well, you see that at the Capital Swim Club and many of the big clubs around the country, that the just depths in that squad, that the races within the races every day, morning and night, are preparing these swimmers mentally for race day. In fact, there is, just looking at these two swimmers leading the way at the moment, you've got Lily Fox-Mason with a turnover quite a bit faster actually than Gabriella Smith. But it's all about, you know, for the people at home, Steve, swimming freestyle. Swimming is about catching the water and is as much water as you can and pushing it behind you whilst having a stroke which is technically pretty streamlined.
Yeah, well, for these girls here, it looks like they've obviously trained this way. So obviously we watched Gabriella in the 400. She's got that back-end speed, as we know. So if they're training this rhythm all the time, then they're going to be out here and be aggressive with it.
So Lily Fox-Mason breathing off to her right, having a look over at her teammate. They go through the 150-metre mark and heading back for the finish. This 200-metre freestyle for women para multi-class. Looking at the time there, 2:29.03 and 2:29.8 is what these two swimmers did this morning. And now Gabriella Smith opening up a body length plus lead over her teammate and coming through to the finish. A really good finish here by Gabriella Smith. She finishes what was a great start as well, and she'll touch the wall for 2:27.82, and that's a really good swim by Gabriella there. Great swim so far, and we have Katie Short with the vision impairment S12 in lane 6. And at lane 1's Melissa Donoghue, 33 years old, from Hamilton Aquatics in the S10 class. Well done to those para-athletes. We'll get a word with the winner very shortly. And just waiting for that official result. The winner is Gabriella Smith. We'll get a word with her. Congratulations, Gabriella Smith, the 14-year-old winning the 200-metre freestyle for women para-multi class and a New Zealand under-16 age group record as well. So you must be very pleased with yourself.
Yeah, definitely was a great race. Really proud of that. And overall, just went well.
So you're one of the youngest in that field, but been swimming really well so far in the championships and really tearing away in that final 25. So obviously the training has been really going well for you and getting that endurance up.
Yeah, definitely the training. We've been focusing quite a lot on endurance and training, and definitely having Fox's motivation beside me definitely helped.
Well, congratulations. Give her a round of applause for the win and the New Zealand under-16 record. Well done. Some great racing so far in this session 5 of the Aon New Zealand Swimming Championships. We move now to the final event of the evening, event 15, the women's 200 metre freestyle. There are 3 finals, starting with the C finalists. Please put your hands together and welcome the C final of the women's 200 metres freestyle. Lane 1 from Neptune, Jordan Rogers. Lane 2, Tegan Strudwick from Waverley. Lane 3, Olivia Sweetman from HPK. Lane 4, Paris Cutler from Kiwi West. Lane 5, Danielle Joblin from St Peters. Lane 6 from Mount Maunganui, Lily Cooney. Lane 7 from Pukekohe, Kate Wheeler. And lane 8 from Pukekohe, Danielle Curlett. And Danielle Joblin from lane 5 turns first. She's got about a 0.8 lead over the rest of the field, a good handy lead in the first 50. And Steve Kent, would you say this has gone out too fast or just brave, as you said earlier?
No, it looks like she's got a really good rhythm here, Scott. Really smooth on her breathing stroke as well, and looking really high in the water.
She is looking good as she cruises through the first 100 metres. 101 flat She did a time this morning of 2:11. I think she's going to go well under that if she can keep this pace.
Yeah, well, she came out of that turn a little bit too shallow, I think, so she'll be wanting to get that better on this next one. Those girls are breathing, looking at each other now, so it's going to be a good battle, this third 50.
Paris Cutler starting to come up on her shoulder. She was the fastest qualifier this morning. But still holding on to the lead is Danielle Joblin in lane 5. They turn exactly the same. In fact, I think we're seeing some gains being made by Paris Cutler in 4 on the turn, Steve.
Yeah, just you could see the little bit of depth there, that extra little depth, less resistance, and she's come off that wall with a little bit more momentum, and it's building into her last 50 nicely here.
And she's done well. Paris Cutler is coming out in front. She's got almost a body length now lead, and a great second 100 here for Cutler from Kiwi West. She'll go to the wall, 2:07.75. Joblin going under 2:10 as well. Lily Cooney rounds out the top 3. So a great swim by Paris Cutler there, 2:07.75. Would have done pretty even splits there over those 3 50s after the initial first lap with the dive. Please welcome to pool deck the B finalists of the women's 200 metres freestyle. The B final of the women's 200 metres freestyle in lane 1 from Hamilton Aquatics, Jordan Williams. 2 from Neptune, Sophie Shallard. 3 from Mount Maunganui, Molly Shivnan. 4 from Evolution, Kira Allett. 5 from Evolution, Talita McEwen. 6 from North Shore, Ruby Matthews. 7 from Wharanui, Bree Middleton. And lane 8 from North Shore, Gabrielle Doyle. And Steve, what do you make of that first 50?
Yeah, all under the 30-second mark now. So, like you said before, Scott, it's about now these last 3 50s. It's trying to get them to be all the same time. So you've got to keep building through. So you don't want to drop that third 50. You want these to be building all around about the same time.
And it is about the energy levels, isn't it? Because when you're fresh, you've got to hold back because you've got everything in the tank. And it does feel like every 50 you're just changing gears, aren't you?
Yeah, well, if you've gone out and used your easy speed, as we've talked about earlier in the night, it's being relaxed but strong and fast. Now these girls will want to start increasing the tempo as they go through this third 50, bring in the legs a little bit more, bring up the tempo of the arms, the stroke rate, and make sure they really get this third turn right.
That's right, and I think it's also about trusting the training they've done, isn't it? I mean, going that brave, going early. It's about knowing that you've done the work, knowing you can bring it home.
Yeah, and using your strengths with that. So my strength was definitely the front half of the race, but I also made sure I really worked hard on my back end, making sure my skills are up there so I was actually maintaining as I went through my 200 freestyles.
Kira Allett coming through in lane 4, Talita McEwen, her teammate in lane 5, just there right as well. But Kira Allett will take them through to win the B final of the women's 200 metres freestyle. Let's see what time she does. 2:07 this morning. She touches in 2:06.07. It's a good improvement Talita McEwen second. Ruby Matthews from North Shore takes the third place. Just looking at some of those times there, most of those swimmers going faster again, which is great. Please welcome to the pool deck the A finalists of the women's 200 metres freestyle. In lane 1 from Hamilton Aquatics, Gina McCarthy. Lane 2 from Neptune, Ruby Heath. Lane 3 from North Shore, Karina Doyle. Lane 4 from Neptune, Erica Fairweather. Lane 5 from St Paul's, Laura Littlejohn. Lane 6 from the Sun Devils, Emma Godwin. Lane 7 from Neptune, Caitlin Deans. Lane 8 from North Shore, Summer Osborne. Erica Fairweather, the New Zealand age group record holder for her age at 17 in lane 4. She was the fastest qualifier, 1:59.09 this morning. Everyone else over the 2-minute mark. Steve Kent, we really want to see times of 2 minutes 0.8. This is the B time for the relay for Tokyo.
Yeah, the girls have already qualified the relay spot for Tokyo, so now it's about how fast these girls can go to bolster that team and keep that qualification up there with the rest of the world.
Well, Erica Fairweather, she has a 3-second margin going into this field, and at the moment she's opening up a bit of a lead here in the first 75 metres. She reminds me of a hovercraft, Erica Fairweather, very high in the water. And very consistent with her stroke. And she's looking really, really good. She goes through in 57.14, the 17-year-old. Emma Godwin, the 24-year-old from lane 6, is sitting in second. Third place, Laura Littlejohn, the 16-year-old in lane 5, who's going to come back strongly. But it's going to be hard to catch Fairweather from here.
Hopefully she can bring some of these girls with her. She's swimming really strong through the third 50. She's got to come home and round about that minute pace for the second 100.
She turns in 1:27.63 for home. Are we going to see a 1:57, ladies and gentlemen? Let's make some noise for these women. Let's bring them home and bring them through the 2-minute mark. Erica Fairweather, I think she's going to blow this apart. 1:57. Is the qualifying time, 1:57.28. 2 body lengths in front. She goes for the wall. I think she's going to get there. 1:57.58, just outside of that Olympic qualification mark. But boy, oh boy, what a time. New Zealand age group record. Not too far off Lauren Boyle's national record of 1:56.82. What a swim from Erica Fairweather, and looking back over the field, second to Karina Doyle at 2 minutes, .76. A great swim from Karina Doyle, and third, Laura Littlejohn, 2:01.96. So that bodes well for the relay, Steve.
Yeah, really good last 50 there from Karina. Used all of her experience to bring it home and get to that 2 minute mark. Great to see, obviously, Laura Littlejohn. There's some young girls in this field, so some really good sort of freestyle females coming through for the next couple of years.
Indeed, we'll get a word with Erica Fairweather. Here with Erica Fairweather, the winner of the 200 metres freestyle. Lots of emotion there, Erica, for you. 1:57.5. You looked fantastic out there, but obviously you had your own expectations of tonight's event.
Yeah, I wasn't really getting for that qualification time, but that's all right. Missed it this time.
So quick, the fastest you've ever swum, and only 0.3 off that a new New Zealand age group record, but for you tonight, that wasn't the goal. The goal was the qualifying time. You're still early in the meet. There's still lots of opportunity, and I think you looked the best you've ever looked there. You clearly did. You swum faster than you ever have. So in terms of the next races you'll be focusing on, what is the focus now for you?
I've got 400 free tomorrow, so we'll just get over this and move on. Next race.
Give her a big round of applause. Erica Fairweather, ladies and gentlemen, the title holder of the 200 metres freestyle.
From the schoolyard to the stadium, Aon has been helping Kiwis strive for sporting success on a local, regional and national level for over 20 years. We're proud to support New Zealand's sporting organisations and communities up and down the country. As New Zealand's leading insurance broker, we can also support you when it comes to your insurance. Expert advice and local service. From quote to claim management, we're with you every step of the way. Talk to your local Aon insurance broker today.
So scintillating 200 freestyle for the women there. Very, very good times across the board. We move now to event 16, the 4x100 metre medley relay for men for the clubs. Please welcome them all onto pool deck. There are 7 of them, and here they come. In lane 1, the St Paul's Swimming Club A team. In lane 2 is the Neptune Swim Club A team. In lane 3, the Whanganui Swim Club A team. In lane 4 is the Pukekohe A team. Lane 5, the North Shore A team. Lane 6, the Capital Swim Club A team. In lane 7, the North Shore Swim Club B team. Andrew Jeffcoat in lane 4 for Pukekohe. He'll be wanting to try and go out and get a qualification mark. Lewis Clebert in lane 6 doing the backstroke for Capital. Now, Steve, we're going to have to see a better performance from Jeffcoat here to get closer to that 53.85.
Yeah, sometimes in these team events, Scott, you can just go with that extra little level for your teammates as well. So they'll be driving for him to get this time, and then obviously it helps out his teammates as well.
Very close to the lane rope there, Steve. I'm not sure whether that was purposeful, but Jeffcoat almost on top of the lane rope going into that. Hopefully didn't touch it too much. And Jeffcoat a body length in front as we would have expected. But let's keep an eye on the clock. 53.85 is the time he needs to reach. Really gutsing it into the finish. Jeffcoat coming in. Can he get there? He goes to the wall. 54.59, a good first 100. But he's a wee way off that mark into the breaststroke now. Pukekohe Capital was second to the wall. And North Shore 18. So the North Shore 18s is Cullen Prime.
We've got Josh Pickett here. He was just second in that 100 breaststroke earlier, so he'll be trying to back up that same swim he did before, even a little bit faster. We'll see how his legs hold up in the second 50 now.
Not a lot of rest for these swimmers after the busy program this evening. And leading the way at the moment, this is Joshua Pickett.
Callum Prime's looking really strong on his second 50 here. He's really doing it for his North Shore teammates. He's been working hard on his breaststroke these last couple of months.
He is indeed, but still a handsome lead here for Pukekohe. Capital Swim Club holding on to third, and Neptune in lane 2.
Some good touches on the wall there for those breaststrokers, just to give their butterfly swimmers a really good relay start there, Scott.
They did. They had practiced that, and for the viewers at home, they actually start their launch well before the swimmer in front touches the wall. It is the feet leaving the block that anyone's concerned about, not the hands. And a good fast turn there for Aiko Shibuya. And North Shore A team just creeping up on Pukekohe here. And for North Shore A, this is Cameron Gray.
Lachlan O'Connor coming back into the game for our Capital Swim Club as well.
What a swim from Cameron Gray. He's taken North Shore all the way into the lead. And it'll be Louis Clark versus Zach Dell.
This will be a good battle. We had Lewis in the 200 free get third earlier. Zach was in the earlier heats, but he did a good time in that as well of 1:53. So this should be a really good battle over this last 50 metres.
It will indeed, and Zach Dell holding his own in lane 4. He's holding off Louis Clark, and in lane 6 it is Arakula Julian from Capital Swim Club. But I don't think he's got a chance to catch these guys. Zach Dell gutsing it in the final 25. He's looking over, breathing to his right. The stroke rate is intense, is real intense here from Louis Clark. But it'll be Pukekohe that wins it.
It's a really good battle by these guys, doing it for their club mates, picking up a level, probably doing some personal bests in amongst this relay time, Scott. That's what you can do for your club.
Yeah, that's right. Some swimmers really do swim faster. I was one of them, always swum faster in the relay, and I think it was because it was more relaxed.
Nothing better than swimming with your mates in a team environment, and I'm exactly the same, Scott. Whenever there was a relay on, I picked it up a level.
Totally, and well done to all of the guys in the relays. And always a lot of noise in the aquatic centre when the club relays happen. Very intense, well, friendly rivalry amongst the clubs. And there's Andrew Jeffcoat coming in with that 54.5. And that was Joshua Pickett in action there on the changeover. And you can see some of those changeovers there nicely on screen. Maiko Shibuya in action there in the butterfly for Pukekohe, alongside him Cameron Gray, who had that fantastic 100 metre to pull North Shore into the lead, but it wasn't enough for Louis Clark, who comes second to Zach Dell from Pukekohe. And waiting on the result, Pukekohe 3:44.44. Please welcome the women's final of the Medley 4x100 Medley Club Relay as they come out onto the floor. In lane 1 is the Neptune Swim Club A team. In lane 2 is the Capital Swim Club A team. Lane 3 is the TBSS Central City Swimming A team. Lane 4 is the North Shore A team. Lane 5, the North Shore Swim Club B team. Lane 6, the Hamilton Aquatics A team. Lane 7, St Peter's Swimming Club A team. And looking at the backstrokers, Zoe Crawford in 4 for North Shore A, Gabrielle Doyle for North Shore B, Paige Flynn for Hamilton in 6, and already Paige Flynn starting to come to the front. Lane 2, this is Sophie Irving for Capital A.
We had Paige in the 50 back earlier, so it looks like she's going to be trying to take this out strong. Some good rhythm here. Let's see how their turn goes.
And it is lane 2's, no, it is Paige Flynn that gets there just slenderly over Sophie Irving in lane 2 for Capital. Wanting to give their teams the very best start they can. And quite often easy to be in the middle of these relays, but it is the start and the end where the pressure is on, isn't it? Because everyone can see how you've gone in that first 100.
Yeah, these girls will be looking to make sure they get this touch right now for their breaststrokers to get the best start.
Away we go, and it is lane 2 and 6 that lead them away into the breaststroke leg. And let's have a look at the breaststrokers now. Melissa Cowan is in lane 4 for North Shore.
Also got Gina McCarthy, another one from the IMers, stepping up for their club. You know, she had a really good breaststroke in that 400 IM last night, so she'll be looking to take these breaststrokers on.
Madison Wills in lane 1 from Neptune. And has the lead changed? It has, to lane 6.
Yeah, that's Gina. She's gone out really well there. She's sticking it to these breaststroke girls, using all of her experience that she's gained doing a range of events to make sure her IM's strong.
And coming up pretty strong, Melissa Cowan, who had a wonderful year last year in the breaststroke events. But Gina McCarthy has done a great job here in the second 100 metres, setting her teammate up of Sarah Gutzel for the butterfly. And away Sarah Gutzel goes. Lane 4's Ruby Matthews into the water. Lane 3's Liv Peebles.
This will be a really interesting 100 here, Scott. They've all got some different fly. Ruby's more of a 200 sort of distance swimmer, but she'll be looking to step up for this 100 just to really give that freestyle leg for the North Shore girls.
So looking back on the field here, lane 5 trailing. This is North Shore B, Charlie Toos. Lane 2, this is Jenna Ralston-Larking for Capital. And looking at the split, it is still the Hamilton Aquatics team of Sarah Gutzel. But strong challenges coming in the middle of the lanes. Lane 4, this is Ruby Matthews, who, as Steve said, a more 200 specialist, and she's going to come into her own, and she will.
And she's leading into Karina Doyle, who's just had a great 200 free, so she knows she's got a great freestyler coming after her, so she's really putting in that power to get this last stroke right.
A 2 minutes, 0.8, Karina Doyle for the 200 metre freestyle.
And that just gave Karina a really good start. She touched perfectly. Karina knew exactly when to leave, and no questions were needed to be done there for the officials.
That's right, the final 100 metres to go. Lane 4's Karina Doyle, full of confidence after the 200 metre freestyle. North Shore A is going to get this easy. The interesting thing, Steve, will be second. The silver medal, I think it might be lane 3's TBSS swimming Ray Kwan. But a fast finish here by Jordan Williams from Hamilton.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one on this. Hamilton really trying to pick up her rating and leg speed, but looks like Central City's going to hold them off.
North Shore A win, 4:16.33. There's been a disqualification, event 16, heat 1, lane 1. Disqualification for event 16, heat 1, lane 1. We'll get a word with North Shore A, if North Shore A can come over and have a chat with me. Well, well done to the North Shore A team, the winner of the 4x100 metre Medley Club relay, Karina Doyle, straight off the back of that very impressive 200 freestyle to bring it home. Must have been a good feeling for you.
Yeah, it was really good. The girls gave us a big lead going into that last leg, which I needed because my legs were stinging on the way home. It was really hard backing out from that 200, but I'm really proud of what these girls have put together tonight.
Ruby Matthews, you brought it through into the lead in the butterfly leg. How did you feel in that event today?
Oh, pretty good. I haven't actually done any butterfly today. I've been doing freestyle, so it was a bit exciting seeing how it went.
My bad. Melissa Cowan, breaststroke tonight, an important part of that relay, and must be fun swimming with all of your teammates.
It's so good. It just makes it so much better, the whole environment, like all of us together, you can go so much faster, I reckon. So good.
Well, well done to the North Shore A team, the winners of the 4x100 metre Medley Club relay. Nice work.
Right, Leno's going to tell us what I found there. No, I don't think I'll make 26. See, well, the start line, I know. So, I'll check it out. Hey, Scotty. Busy boy. Got the graphics right now.
Yeah, I know. Just when
See you guys. We'll see you Saturday. Yeah.
If I can now ask you to put your hands together and thank the technical officials and officials on pool deck. They are now going to leave pool deck, so thank you very much for your hard work this evening. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Your once-a-year opportunity to swim the bridge is next weekend. The Harcourt's Cooper & Co. Swim the Bridge is a sellout event, so enter today at swimthebridge.co.nz to secure your spot. Aon has been helping Kiwis strive for sporting success for over 20 years. As New Zealand's leading insurance broker, we can also support you when it comes to your insurance. Expert advice and local service. Talk to your local Aon insurance broker today.
We move now to the second of the medal ceremonies for this evening's session. And presenting medals tonight will be Ian Jackson, the owner of All Proof Industries, a long-time supporter of Swimming New Zealand and a swimming family from many years ago, the Jackson family in both swimming and surf lifesaving. Ian, thank you for being here and presenting the medals. We start the first ceremony with event 14, the men's 100 metre breaststroke, the 17-18-year-old age group. In third place, in a time of 108.20 from Enterprise, Jack Keeper. And that is the bronze medalist. The silver medalist in a time of 105.82 from Vikings, Lachlan McKenzie. And winning in a time of 105.31 from Waitakere Swimming Club, James Slesser. Moving now to the medal ceremony of event 14, the 100 metre breaststroke for men in the open final. Third place, 103.07 from Neptune, Luan Grobbelaar. Second place in 102.80 from Pukekohe, Joshua Pickett. And the winner in 102.70 from Evolution Aquatics, Joshua Gilbert. There has been a disqualification, event 17, heat 1, lane 6. Move now to the medal ceremony for event 109, the 400 metres freestyle for men para multi-class. In third place in 5:48.05 from Geraldine, Benjamin Gould. Second place in 5:21.37 from Greendale, Lance Dusto. And winning in 4:30.31 from Fairfield Swimming Club, Jessie Reynolds. Well done. There has been a disqualification. Event 16, Heat 1, Lane 7. Move now to the next medal ceremony. Event 110, the 200-metre freestyle for women para multi-class. In third place, the bronze medalist in 2:58.17 from Te Arawa Swimming, Siobhan Terry. These medals presented by the owner of All Proof Industries, Ian Jackson, a long-time supporter of Swimming New Zealand. In silver medal position in 2:31.45 from Wharanui, Lily Fox Mason. And winning the gold medal in 2:27.82 from Wharanui, Gabriella Smith. Moving to the medal ceremony for event 15, the 200-metre freestyle for women, 17-18-year-old age group. In third place in 2:06.88 from Mount Maunganui, Molly Shivnan. In second place in 2:03.67 from Hamilton Aquatics, Gina McCarthy. And winning in 1:57.58 from Neptune in a new New Zealand age group record time, Erica Fairweather. Well done to those girls. Moving now to the turn of freestyle for women, event 15's final and open result. In third place in 2:01.96 from St Paul's, Laura Littlejohn. In second place in 2:00.76, Karina Doyle from North Shore Swimming Club. And winning the gold medal in 1:57.58 in a new New Zealand age group record time again from Neptune, Erica Fairweather. Move now to the event 16 medal presentation for the 4x100 metre medley men's relay. In third place is the Capital Swim Club A team. consisting of Lewis Clebert, Sam Brown, Lachlan O'Connor and Atakura Julian. Second place in this event is the North Shore Swimming Club A team, consisting of Kane Follows, Callum Prime, Cameron Gray and Louis Clark. And the winning team is from Pukekohe Swimming Club, Andrew Jeffcoat, Joshua Pickett, Aiko Shibuya and Zach Dell. Well done to those guys. Would now like to bring up someone we missed earlier who was third equal in the 17, 18-year-old 100-metre breaststroke for men. It was a bronze medal at 108.20 from Phoenix Aquatics, Mac Hong. Well done, Mac. Move now to the final ceremony for tonight's session 5. Event 17, the 4x100 metres medley relay for women. In third place in 4:25.72, North Shore Swim Club B team. Gabrielle Doyle, Caitlin Cook, Charlie Toos and Summer Osborne. In the silver medal position in 4:20.29, TBSS Central City Swimming. Tess Winneray, Lucy McKinnon, Liv Peebles and Ray Kwan. And winning the gold medal in a time of 4:16.33, North Shore Swimming Club A team. Thank you very much to Ian Jackson for presenting those medals from All Proof Industries. So Steve Kent, a pretty exciting session number 5, the third of the final sessions this evening. Starting with the 200 freestyle, a ding-dong battle between Zach Reed and Lewis Clebert. Lewis Clebert just coming out on top. A good swim, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I guess the best thing for that race was that competitiveness. It both drove them to do some really good times, and a PB for Zach as well. So the fastest individual 200 freestyle he's ever done.
Yeah, that's right. And then Cam Leslie also coming under that qualifying time mark for the second time in the 200 freestyle for para multi-class. Ella Ben getting that age group record for under 16, which was good for the 400 metre freestyle. Vanessa Auerhand had it all her own way in the 50 metres backstroke. Ben Littlejohn just getting it by a fraction in that 50 butterfly, an exciting one, that one.
Yeah, that was a really good race. That sort of lead changed, but he nailed his start, he nailed his finish. A really good swim by young Ben.
It was indeed. The 200 breaststroke, Brianna Crawford, another New Zealand age group record for her. Great swim for her. 100 breaststroke, Josh Gilbert collecting that win. The 400 freestyle, Jessie Reynolds. And then we had the 200 freestyle to finish with Erica Fairweather. Disappointed a little bit, but 157.5, nothing to be too ashamed about.
That was a really good swim by Erica. Like you said in her interview, she looked really, really good. Disappointed with herself. She's really tough on herself. I thought it looked amazing, and so did you.
Well, that concludes session number 5 here from the National Aquatic Centre. We'll see you tomorrow from 11 o'clock on Sky Sport Next YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.